what's up guys? I'm Chelsea and this is A Very Bookish Girl, and today I have a TBR for you guys. So this is going to be for Lalathon, which is of course hosted by Books and Lala. I'll list her channel in the description if you don't know who she is, but she decided to do a readathon. It's going to be a week-long readathon where the goal is to just read her favorite books. So yes, I'm going to participate. Anyway, so the readathon takes place from November 1st to November 9th, so it goes a little bit longer than a week, but hey, that works for me because I'm never good at sticking to a week-long one anyway. And speaking of not sticking to things, so what I did was I have 4 books that I am for sure 100% reading in November because they're part of my other TBR if you go watch it. But will I read it during the first week? I don't know. So what I did, I destroyed all my bookshelves and I pulled out every single book that was on Lala's favorites list on her Goodreads that I own. And I'm just going to show it to you guys. And then I'm going to read whatever I want to read. And I'll tell you what I read at the end because that just seems easier. And your girl's lazy. And I don't know what I want to read yet. That's too hard. So let me show you the 4 books that I'm 100% reading in November. Whether they're going to happen during this readathon or not. So the first book is What If It's Us by Adam Silvera and Becky Albertalli. This is a recent collab by the 2 authors about 2 boys who are neighbors and they meet and fall in love, and I'm hoping Becky makes it happy since Adam usually is not happy. Yeah, but this is a contemporary. So the second book is Trial of Lightning. This is by Rebecca Roanhorse. This is a start of a series, I do believe, and it's a fantastical post, I guess I would say it's like a dystopian because I don't think an apocalypse necessarily happened, but pretty much the world is just poop. And then there's this girl who's trying to save the world and she's got magical powers and it sounded interesting. Then the next book that I know I'm going to be reading in November is Dress Codes for Small Towns. This is by Courtney Stevens. This is actually our readathon pick book for our group book for November, so it's getting read, but I think I might read it more towards the end of the month. Maybe I'll read it during Lalathon just to get it done with so I know that I've read it. But it's a YA contemporary about a group of friends in a small town and then they start making up plans about love and things start going awry. But yeah. And then the last book that I know I'm going to read this month is going to be The Final 6. This is by Alexandra Manier. This is a sci-fi YA book about a group of teens basically that are picked to go through a program to be narrowed down to 6 that will then go to live on one of Jupiter's moons to see if it's inhabitable because Earth is failing. Okay, so for the rest of the books, I'm just going to tell you what their genre is because this would be a million minutes long and your girl doesn't have time for that. So the first genre I'm going to show you is YA fantasy mostly. I think it's all YA. Yes. Okay, so we have Dread Nation by Justina Ireland. I have had this on my list for a while now. Zombies and historical fiction. Why not? The next book is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I've tried to read this before. Didn't get very far. Then we have... That scared me more than it should have. Then we have The Afterlife of Holly Chase. This is by Cynthia Han. It's a retelling of Scrooge. And yeah. Then we have Wild Beauty. This is by Anne-Marie McLemore. I actually traded with Julie from Pages and Pens for her Outcrate edition because I didn't have Outcrate at the time when this came out. It's a magical realism book. And then we have Because You Love to Hate Me, which is an anthology by 13 booktubers and 13 YA authors. It's got some really big names, really good authors that I enjoy in it. And then we have A Million Junes by Emily Henry. Book of the month book. I heard it was really good, so I went back and I picked it. Then we have The Love That Split the World, another one by Emily Henry, which I just now realized as I was saying this, even though I already looked all these up. Then we have Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. This one's probably going to get read this month because I need to start that series and not be so left out because I'm just left out on all the big series right now, honestly. Speaking of big series, I'm left out on The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. If you don't know what that is and you follow Lala, Do you really follow Lala then? I don't think so. Then I have The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness. And then the last YA fantasy that I have is Going Bovine by Libba Bray. It's about a boy with mad cow disease. It sounds pretty interesting. So this next book I kind of put by itself because it's like magical realism and contemporary. So I didn't think there were any other really contemporary magical realism books that I found on the list. And that is The Astonishing Color of After by Emily X.R. Pan. Book of the month. I'd heard great things about it, so I grabbed it when I had the chance. So next is the only sci-fi book that apparently that I own that is on Lala's favorites, and that's The Martian by Andy Weir. I have the book-to-movie adaptation. So I've never seen the movie because I like to read books before I see the movie. So that's where I'm at with that one. Then the only horror book that I have is Slasher Girls and Monster Boys. I keep wanting to like invert those for some reason. This is an anthology, which Lala loves her anthologies, but this is like a thriller horror one. And I've heard good things about it, so this one might actually get picked up since Halloween is like right before this starts. Alright, so next I'm going to show you my contemporaries that I have, which are the ones that are most likely going to be read because you know your girl's contemporary trash. So the first one that I have is American Street by E.B. Zavoy. I don't really know what to say about these because they're contemporary, so that pretty much sums it all up. This one is Girl Made of Stars by Ashley Herring Blake. Another one that I started before and then sat down because it was during my slump and I was just not doing well. Then we have Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. That was on sale at Barnes & Noble. And I have a problem. So, the next one I have is Emmy and Oliver by Robin Benway. I think I bought the UK cover because I think I got it from Book Depository, but I'm not sure. Then we have this chunker, which probably is not going to get read, but I have The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt, which is pretty much a contemporary from what I was understanding of what I was looking at. And then the last contemporary that I have is How to Love by Katie Cotugno, which I have a love-hate relationship with Katie Cotugno, so we'll see about that one. And then the last stack of books that I have are mystery thrillers, which is what Lala is known for. And I actually have way more than I thought I did because I didn't think I had a lot of thrillers. But apparently I do. And apparently I need to read them. So the first book I have is Nerve. This is by Jean Ryan. Again, movie adaptation, but I have actually seen this movie because I didn't know it was a book first. Yeah. Then we have First We Were Four by Alexandra Sirowy. I don't know. Then I have Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. This was like a whim pickup that I got. I think it was on sale. And then we have Sadie by Courtney Summers, which a lot of people have been like raving about. This is kind of like sort of mystery, sort of contemporary. So I'm actually pretty interested in that one. Then I have Big Little Lies, which I'll show you in a second once I get the post-it note off the front, by Leanne Moriarty. Yeah, show, haven't watched it, haven't read the book, so I haven't watched it. Then we have Emma in the Night by Wendy Walker, another book of the month pick that I picked up. Still haven't read it. Why is it so hot in here? And then my very last book that I have is actually one of her recent adds to her list, and that is If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. She really liked this book, and I think she read it in like pretty much 24 hours, even though it was in like 2 days. So, and I like how floppy it is. Alright, so that is all the books that I have possible to read for Lalathon. I'm going to do my best to daily vlog, but we know how Booktubeathon went, so we'll see how that goes, and I'll see you guys back in a week, hopefully with a vlog. Yeah, bye guys!